to do before the elections proper. If you did not do this, then you would have written your own report cards. There are people who are very important, who are called the political warlords, who are the timbers and calibers, if you may, in certain places in the states that you must allow take the lead. They take the lead not essentially because they want to convince people to vote. They take the lead because they have got the structure to be able to deliver wherever it is that is the candidate. And when we get into the conversation proper, I'll be telling you what I define as structure.
Okay, now this is the tradition, right, to inaugurate or unveil new council members, right, ahead of the elections. But the question is, how effective has this tradition been when we talk about party politics?
Absolutely. That's what delivers whatever the candidates that eventually win. The stronger the council or the structure, the more assured of it is that you are going to win. So if you had a council that had men and women who are levers pullers in their different constituencies, you'll find that they are very likely going to win election. Like with the case of Godwin Obaseki, his first coming and his second coming. You saw the potpourri of individuals that populated, that council that he inaugurated. The then governor of Rivers State, was a part of, that council in his second coming. And that, for me, necessitated or gave room for how it was that he won that election. Every time you looked at the people who form the council for any politician, for any candidate, if you are politically conscious, you are almost able to predict who is going to win that election. That's because of the kind of politics that we play in Nigeria. If you saw that there were people who were warlords of certain territories as a part of that council.
In other words, that this council will help the PDP emerge as a strong opposition.
Yeah, so I've really not considered the people who have formed that of the Labour Party, Olumide Akpata, those who have formed part of the APC also. I've really not looked at them, right? But from what you have seen, you will see incumbency, at play in this council.
The national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, has said the new Nigeria People's Party-led government in Kano State is behind the various protests against him in Abuja, but the state government has denied having a hand in the crisis. There have been protests calling for Ganduje's removal as national chairman of the party, with groups and party chieftains from the North Central leading the charge. Ganduje, in a statement on Friday by his special assistant on civil society and support groups, Comrade Okwoku Ogenyi, alleged that the Kano state government had been hiring protesters from the streets, mostly Kwankwasia members, some of whom are from the North Central geopolitical zone, to demand Ganduje's resignation. The statement read in part, "We are privy to credible information that Governor Yusuf is working with some persons from the North Central zone and has doled out huge sum of money to some persons to sustain campaign against the Ganduje's-led working committee in his desperate but fruitless mission to remove Ganduje as the national chairman of the APC. They have now resorted to using some persons in the North Central geopolitical zone to demand Ganduje's removal after they failed woefully to achieve their satanic agenda in Kano State. What is of concern to us is the wastage of state resources badly in need of Kano State for the provision of basic amenities to our people. This is politics taken too far. Ganduje, sponsoring the campaign against him as the party chairman, the national chairman of APC. And you and I will agree that since Ganduje was given that position, since the vote of confidence was passed on him, there has been rancor, right? There has been rancor from both the North Central, the state's party chairman, as well as other aggrieved individuals demanding the position of the national chairmanship to be taken to the North Central as it's their rightful place. Now, you and I will also agree that that position belongs to the North Central according to the party constitution, which was zoned to the north and then micro-zoned to the North Central. So it is their due right to demand what belongs to them. So
the nature of the pressure against his remaining as the national chairman of the APC, that kind of pressure must be one that is given favor, that is given gusto by something that is bigger than just followership. It must be propelled by good money. Ganduje understands that because he's a politician. And you see, all of what is happening right now is towards 2027 politics. It would be to the interests of Governor, and maybe Rabi Musa Kwankwaso. That's the line at which, or the line that is thinking in, that this kind of sustained force will be coming from. It couldn't be coming from the people from the, North Central, because who is there who wants to push money around just because he is interested in becoming the chairman of APC? What comes to you, as it were, as the chairman of APC? Who is there? Who is in the North Central, for instance, who is interested? If not for the fact that somebody in Kano or a group in Kano or some people in Kano are just interested of stripping him completely of whatever power that he may be able to wield, to
so if that be the case, then if they have the power, as it were, to strip him of power, as you have said, why then not just take him out of that position completely?
Okay, so that's what they're doing. These are political maneuverings that is taking place at the moment. They are not in APC, so there's no way they can go to the president and say, remove him! No, they are not in APC, most definitely. They are in NNPC. They are
NNPP.
in NNPP, right? In a new political party, different political party from the APC and the PDP. So the only way to do it is to infiltrate their ranks, and see how they can sponsor that from within to take him out. That's exactly what they are doing. And this is politics. It's not politics taken too far, as Ganduje has said. If Ganduje was there, he would be doing the same thing. Because he did something similar, try to strip the then MI of all the powers that he had. Because he understood that the body language of the MI of Kanu then was not in his favor.
So could this be to weaken the strength of APC in general? Because this is a different party members.
Ultimately. But you see, from some of the calculations that we have right now, you would have alignment and realignment in the nearest future that will change the political template or firmament, as you know, at the moment, right? I see that you are going to have some kind of mergers very quickly going into 2027. You are going to have strong mergers, and you'll find some political parties that are going to be consumed by the ruling APC. So everybody is taking position to be the most relevant, right? To be the most relevant in his zone. You find that even in Rivers State here, Wike is taking position to be the most relevant. You find that the current governor, Similai Fubara, is taking position. Look around the entire state, people are taking position. There are alignments and realignments going on. In Kogi State, you find that there are alignments and realignments. So by my prediction, and anybody who is a political watcher would understand that before long, you would see that even in Kano State, some kind of songs that may not be entirely very interesting will soon be sung in Kano State that may see that will be formed very soon.
But now, could this be because in Gandaje's allegation, because this is an allegation right now, in his allegation, he's fronting the idea that Governor Yusuf, is behind the campaign against him
yes.
as national party chairman.
Yes.
But there are aggrieved North Central members
of the APC.
of the APC who want him out of that position. So flipping the coin around, couldn't it be them actually initiating the move to cooperate or collaborate with Governor Yusuf, seeing that he may have more power than them to pull some strings or to do whatnot? So, you know, the issue of Ganduje being the chairman of the party can be revisited.
Yes, nothing is taken out of the political calculation. There is that possibility. But you know, what is said in political corridors is, do you have money? Okay. You would need money to be able to prosecute certain agenda. If you didn't have money, why do you think that there's so much pilfering, stealing by a lot of politicians? You know how much it would take, how many years it would take for you to spend 80 billion, assuming, as was just recently said by the EFCC chairman against the former Kogi State governor. 80 billion naira. 80 billion. Over 200 years it would take you to spend it if you were spending 1 million.
By Ganduje, because I mean, first of all, by right, that position does not belong to him.
The position as occupied by the same person in PDP, does it belong to him?
So
the man who is claiming to be the PDP chairman today, does he not know that that position, that seat that he's on, is of the people of the North Central? So
what's your point? The
point is, everything is possible and allowed and possible.
So that's what I'm asking. So this call now.
Yes. So Ganduje understands that he's there for a purpose. The president is interested in him. It was in this your studio that I said, when all of that was going on initially, I was interviewed. And I said to them that Ganduje is going to emerge and nothing will stop it. And the lady who was interviewing me then said, why do I say that? Practice in Nigeria, I've often said it. It's the Baba Tisokpe political system. Baba Tisokpe political system. Meaning, what has Baba said? Baba has said. Once Baba says, that's what must happen. Everyone must rally around whatever it is that Baba said.
All right then. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, on Thursday urged aggravated aspirants in the last Saturday's Ondo State governorship primary to drop their petitions against Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and support him ahead of the governorship election in November. This was as aggrieved members of the APC under the aegis of Ondo APC youths on Thursday besieged the party national secretariat of the elections right here in Ondo State. And of course, it's quite the norm for certain individuals, be it party members, apolitical individuals, to be aggrieved once any election result is announced. Yeah, now Ganduje, or rather, Jagade is assuring that PDP will win, right, as Ganduje is rallying support for the APC. What do you make of that? What is your take on this above board? Or do you think that right now the party should be looking at, you know, galvanizing support just as Ganduje has done to rally support, speaking with the other aspirants to come together to support the flag bearer so that the party can emerge winner in the coming governorship election?
Okay, so you are talking with respect to the PDP right now, right?
Yes.
And so what's happening everywhere you have these off-cycle elections is what is expected, right? Once you have contestations like this, you are going to have aggrieved people who would say that certain things that were supposed to be done were not done with protocols, were not done in accordance with the rules or with the established regulations, right? It is incumbent on the party structure to listen to those things, listen to those grievances, and if there are merits in them, address them as quickly as possible. Once that is done, it is expected that everybody should galvanize around wherever the
that is rocking the party should be mellowed down.
Everybody. No, it's expected. How can I mellow it down? I'm not a member of the party. I can't go down with one magic wand. Say people would definitely exercise their frustrations, you know, in the best way they think to do that. And some want to go to court. Some want to leave the party. You saw recently how that you know, the
Labour Party LP and People's Democratic Party yesterday expressed shock over how the United States 2023 Country Reports on Human Rights Practices arrived at its conclusion at 2023 governorship election in Lagos, adding that there was no evidence that individuals who perpetrated violence in Lagos during the election were arrested or prosecuted. Picking holes in the conclusion, LP and PDP said they are committed to deepening democracy in Nigeria and averting a one-party state. It's quite an interesting read here, and Mr. Andy, I'm sure that you have quite a reaction to this particular story.
Absolutely, absolutely. Since the story broke, I have been torn between laughing and crying, and I will tell you why. Somebody said that we say mammary gland for ladies. Why don't we say papillary gland for male, for guys? Why did we, if it were not a reflection of what we expected as a people, if someone came to your house, for instance now, and said to you that, if you were 24, he said to you that, no, you are 46, or you are 22, would you say, yes, I'm 22? If you say, yes, I'm 22, then that's exactly how you want to be.
But the people didn't say yes to the result.
They said yes by allowing it to stand. They said yes by permitting it. They said yes by saying no, by kowtowing to what has happened.
Permitted.
They said yes, they permitted it. What do we call democracy? Democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Okay.
The people must always be central to every kind of democracy.
Mr. Andy,
have you taken into cognizance, what do you think the people did in this regard? The people were told at night that this is the winner at night.
Mr. Andy,
at the early hours of the day.
Mr. Andy,
when every normal human being should be sleeping.
Mr. Andy,
he should be sleeping.
Mr. Andy,
yes,
listen to me. When you say the people, what do you mean? Because I mean, as Nigerians, we saw how that during when the election results was announced,
yes,
Nigerians were aggrieved. They were not satisfied because, according to them, that was not what they wanted. That was not, according to many Nigerians, the result was in contradiction to what they actually did at the poll. So in the Nigerian system, what could they have done?
That's yours. Hold it. This is yours. Hold it.
Okay.
It's yours. I take it from you. And the point I'm making is that Nigerians are too interested in no wonder we were once upon a time said we are the happiest people on earth. How is it that it beats me hollow that your national grid is collapsing 4 times in a year? They are increasing the prices of petroleum like a woman who is changing pad. Again, permit my use of that. They are playing the whole of Nigerian citizens like kalo, like we call it in Delta. You know kalo. They are playing, and Nigerians they are adjusting. As soon as they say, oh, we are going to change the prices of petroleum from this to this, Nigerians are adjusting. Well, I said on this station and everywhere else,
how can they have that
suffering and smiling? All of you are suffering and smiling.
Mr. Andy.
I put it to you, even as a journalist. All of you are suffering and smiling, adjusting for the evil system that keeps taking away from us. Somebody, was told recently that you are always requesting that a lot of meat is given you when you are eating. Why are you always requesting for it? He said to you, it's from Nama body. I want more meat, I want more meat. Nama, they die. Exactly what they are doing with us. We want to resuscitate, we want to rejig,
We want to refire the economy. We want to propel the economy and make it work for everybody.
Listen to me.
And they are taking flesh from you.
Mr. Andy, listen to me.
It's not my body.
Listen to me, Mr. Andy.
Yes, I'm listening.
Now, how can these people have this culture to protest when they don't even have confidence in the legislature? When they are not even sure if their lives are valued by the people leading them?
The chicken and the egg, which one comes first, is the debate that has been going on since I was born. And I say to people, forget about that debate. Buy your chick, you are going to add egg. The egg is going to give you chick. What's my point? The legislature, fix it. Once you fix the system, once the people are interested in fixing the system, we'll start getting good legislature. What has happened in Kogi State? We had lawyers going to Abuja. Leave our man, oh. Leave our man, oh. It speaks to the fact that we are permitting this perfidy, this stench, this corruption